Welcome to the Life and Leadership Podcast, where we discuss business, leadership, and friendship. I'm Zach Gable.
And I'm Jared Toach. Thank you for joining us today.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. My name's Zach, and this is my friend Jared. We've been friends for many, many years.
Yep.
And how many years ago did we start? We just started our third year
For the podcast?
Yeah,
Did we really?
I think
I
so.
was thinking it was our second, but wow, time flies when you're having fun.
Is it only our second year? It seems like it's been a lot longer.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
What episode no, we're on episode this will be
We're on episode 60, I think.
26.
Oh.
I
So
don't know. I have to check that. I may have to edit this out if I'm way off, but I think we started our third year.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Very cool.
So thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah. And we are glad to have you. We talk about life in general and business,
Leadership, business, friendship, all the above, randomness,
everything.
whatever
Yep.
pops out.
Sometimes rabbit trails. We talk about those every now and then.
Yep.
So anyway, we're glad you are with us. And this is a very, very exciting time for us, Jared. We are 4 days away from our first.
You're struggling with math
I
today.
am. I can't remember what the date is. Thursday, 5 days away. 5 days away from our very first conference. And very, very excited about that. And we feel very prepared, which means we're probably forgetting something extremely important.
I wouldn't say I feel prepared, but you might feel prepared, but that's good.
Well, I have everything, at least I think, prepared.
You know what? You live and learn.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
So-
You live and learn.
There's been some good excitement about it. And we have over 90 people registered
It's awesome.
now. So getting close to that 100. We had even more sign up this week.
Yeah,
So,
for a conference that started 50 max,
yeah. Yes.
we
Yeah.
we expanded quickly.
We did, and I'm happy. That's what we're all about, just trying to help people, and while we grow our own selves and our own leadership, and so
Absolutely.
I just got our business received some good news this week,
Yeah.
and for the second year in a row, voted one of the best places to work in Indiana. So
That is so awesome.
very exciting. So we're trying to grow ourselves and grow our businesses and our leadership teams and everything that we do here. So I'm trying to help. We're trying to
Try to help others.
help others as well. So anyway, thanks for joining us today. And want to throw this out there. If you have questions, if you listen to our podcast and we may hit on something that triggers something in your mind and you have a question that you want to ask us, we would love to hear from you. Our email is info@landlpodcast.com. And we would love to hear from you. And we could, if you want to stay anonymous, we can leave it anonymous, or we can mention who wrote in the question. And who knows, we may even figure out how to make you a caller on the show and do something like that, do some live questions. That would be really neat.
Fun.
Yeah, that would be. So anyway, email us, let us know what questions you may have. We'd love to hear from you.
All
Jared,
right.
you ready? Kick this
Ready.
one off?
We're going to kick it off.
It is Valentine's Day.
Happy
Yeah,
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. So go ahead, Jared.
All right. So today's topic is, I think the phrase is not uncommon, the road less traveled, right?
Mhm.
And you and I were talking here a while back, or actually today we were
Yeah.
talking, and we've talked about this before, that sometimes the road less traveled, it's not the most appealing. It's not the most appealing thing
Right.
in the moment.
Yes.
But taking the road less traveled is awesome. Also, though, oftentimes the best
Mm-hmm.
long-term plan
Mm-hmm.
is taking the road less traveled, and I hope we can kind of dive into that a little bit today. Just talking about, sometimes in the moment, making hard decisions in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Making those tough choices or tough things that feel like yucky in the moment, or that feel like they kind of like make a swipe at your ego, or may not be like what you want right now. But sometimes taking that road less traveled or making the hard choice. And I've thought about that a lot recently is I've been in therapy.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
clarify the type of therapy I've been in, but it's occupational therapy, physical therapy.
Yeah.
And sometimes putting in the hard work right now, it's not what you want to do,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
Like doing the exercises, going to the sessions, all of that kind of stuff, right? But in the long run, I want to have good use of my arms, my hands, and want to see a better outcome. And so, like right now, it's very painful and it's very
Sure.
hard, and it's very the the other option would be just to like forget it and just keep popping Tylenol
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. And if you did that, then you have long-term issues.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not going to go away. You're just kicking the can down the road.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
you may have other issues from taking all the medicine
Yep.
as well. So, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a couple things that came to mind when you first started talking about this. One of them was exercise. We've been
Yeah.
exercising in the mornings and working out, and so anyway, it's one of those things that it's I don't think it's necessarily enjoyable. It is when you're doing it and you feel good
When you
about it,
feel
and
good.
but it's not something like the boys yesterday mentioned, or that was this morning, wasn't it? Mentioned this morning that they may want to work out this morning with me, and so I was hurting because I did a little bit too much yesterday on my upper body when we worked out yesterday, and so Elijah was kind of going back and forth about if he didn't know if he wanted to ride his 4-wheeler or go work out, and I said, well, if you don't know, then I'm just saying no because I'm sore and I don't, want to go do it. So it's one of those things that you feel great when you're doing it,
Yeah.
but it's not the easiest thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
To make time, make time in your schedule and to make it work. The other thing is, I was actually just talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and he is going through some things in his personal life that he was just sharing with me, and kind of asking for prayer and asking for advice. And so one of the things that I shared with him, I said, a recent business decision that I had to make, which was uncomfortable, and it was one of those things that my heart said no, don't make this decision, but my mind and my spirit and everything else it was a decision that had to have been made. And I told him, we discussed it because he knew about this situation, so we discussed it in a little more detail. But I told him, I said, it's not a fun decision, but it was one that it not only was the right thing to do, but it was also, it would help both parties in the long run. And I also told him, I said, another great thing is having accountability, having my leadership team there to help me make that business decision, to help, remind me that this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Even though it's not fun, it's not comfortable.
It might not be the popular thing. And I think
Exactly.
that's the thing that comes in with the phrase, the road less traveled, or the path of least resistance, right? Like, I guess we could say either one. Like, sometimes it's easy to do the things that it's the pathway of least resistance.
Yeah.
It's easy to not work out. It's easy to
Yeah.
not make the hard call
Yes.
that when the emotions are at play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to make the tough decision. But I would say, choosing the pathway with the resistance or taking the road less traveled in the long run, though,
Mm-hmm.
is rewarding.
Yes.
Exactly like you were
Yes.
saying with the working
Yes.
out. Getting up early in the morning, driving out here, those types of things. No, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't, that's not wonderful. But when you feel better,
Mm-hmm.
when you start to physically, and I'm sure many, people that are listening could probably relate to this, whether they've been on a binge diet or they're going on a diet now or something like that. But
Yeah.
doing those hard things are
Yeah.
not always,
Yes.
it's not always easy.
Yeah.
And I think the same can be true. Like you can apply that to your personal life, taking on the um, the road less traveled by others, whether it's financial stuff. Like sometimes financial things, it's hard to say no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
That's so
I think
true.
about it
Yeah.
myself. It has taken me 40 some years to begin to be able to be like, no, you're gonna be fine. You don't need that new pair of shoes. You know what? It's fine. It's
Yep.
fine. You
Yep.
can. These others got some more
And
tread on
credit
them.
cards were introduced, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly it, because the road less traveled would be, I delay gratification,
Exactly.
right? I
Exactly.
delay gratification for that purchase and whatever until I can actually afford it or something like that. So
In
those
the
things are really,
microwave society that we live in
oh yeah, we want everything now.
right now.
And then, not to make a pivot from our personal life. So, like, I mean, obviously, all of those things really ring true. But I think it's good to know that we all do this.
hmm
Like, human nature is to follow the path of least resistance,
Yeah.
is to take the easy path, right? Because nobody, I mean, if I can roll over and go back to sleep and sleep for another 45 minutes and not come work out and sweat,
hmm
like, that's the easy road.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, that's what human nature says. Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds wonderful. Like my brain will be more focused because I'll have more sleep,
Yeah.
but my body will be screaming out because, it's slowly dying. But anyways, that's the human side of things.
Sure.
It's a
Yeah.
very personal side of
Yeah.
things. And then you have the business side of things. And this is, you and I have had recent discussions, and kind of like what you were alluding to earlier, had recent discussions about sometimes in the business world, you have to make the right choice because it's the right choice, not because it's the easy choice,
Yeah.
not because it's the popular choice, not because it's the pathway of least resistance,
hmm
but it's because it's the right thing to do.
Right. Yeah.
And just like you were saying, and congratulations again on being,
Thank you. Yeah.
what is it? What is it
Voted
officially?
one of the best places to work.
Yeah,
in the game.
yeah. Okay, so that doesn't come by taking the path of least resistance, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't come by being voted one of the best places to work. Does not come by choosing the path with the least resistance or by taking the road that's traveled by many,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And by the way, shout out to my team. We have such an incredible team, and obviously not possible without such a tremendous group of people, men and women of all ages, and it's just incredible. So, Marshall Disposal, thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Anyway, sorry, go back.
Well, you actually demonstrated something right there, right? You did not take all the kudos for what has happened at Marshall Disposal.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah,
Well, but you could, right? I mean,
yeah.
the ego, the human side of us,
Sure.
says,
I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
the human side of us, the egotistical, that side of us that, like, I've worked really hard for this, I've done all this work,
Yeah.
like, wants to take the credit for that, right?
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of it, like, yes, you are only as good as those that lead you,
Mhm.
right? But the long-term piece is stepping back and saying, hey, it's not a one-man show here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is hard for many
Yeah.
to say that, like, this is not a one-man show. Like, it takes a team
Yeah.
of us
Yeah.
to work together.
Well, and it takes a shift in the mindset as well, to where, and I think, at least in my experience and opinion, the last the many years that I've been doing this, it takes a mindset shift, a shift of the way you think of
Mhm.
things. And so, when you said it's hard earlier, it's not as hard anymore as it used to be, honestly, because
you've
we have
chosen
a
that
tremendous
road.
team. Yeah. And so it's much easier to just, because we have a tremendous team,
Mhm.
and obviously we wouldn't be where we are without them, and so there's no way in eternity that I could ever take the credit for it. I'm just thankful to be part of such a good group of people. So anyway, sorry.
No, that's awesome. I think that's great. So, to stay on the same subject and just kind of launch something out there that I think would be interesting for us to discuss and talk
Mhm.
about, and we talked about some of this before the podcast today, is when it comes to the road less traveled, when it comes to ethics and morals within your organization. And when I say ethics and morals, I don't want people to get turned off by thinking that, like, okay, now you're trying to put your personal
Mhm.
values, morals. No, but there is a line of ethics and there is a line of morals
Mhm.
that I think companies should adhere to,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
should hold their team members um, and their organization to. What do you feel like? What does that mean to you when you talk about the road less traveled when it comes to the ethics and morals, or how you run your organization, the underpinnings of your
Mhm.
organization?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned this because we had an interesting discussion today at lunch with the owner of the establishment where we ate lunch. My wife and I and Elijah and Isaiah, and so anyway, we found out that he was struggling with one of his vendors, and that he was locked into a contract, and that he had been making phone calls trying to get a hold of somebody, trying to get service and at a reasonable price. And I won't say what industry it was in, but I will say that we could have helped. We could help
You
him
could
out.
have helped out.
And so I just said, I just explained who we were and how we did business. And I said, we don't have contracts for this reason. We operate on a handshake because our business is only as good as our word and our service. And if our service stinks, then you should be able to go somewhere else.
Yep.
You should be able to call me and say, hey, you haven't done what's right, and I'm going to find a different provider. And so that's
Putting a lot of stock
yes,
in the core of your company.
yes,
That's putting a lot of
is.
That's putting a lot of
And so the only way you can get to that point is by creating the core of who you are and knowing
knowing that the people you're working that work for you,
exactly,
that they're going to uphold that.
exactly. And I know we've talked about core values a lot.
Yeah.
I do. We talk about it a lot in our business as well. But when we talk about it, we say every decision that we make, we bounce it off of these core values.
Yes. It's like bumpers.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
It's your guidepost.
Exactly. And so we can make those decisions, and we can put stock in the value of our handshake and our word, knowing that our core values guide us in who we are in every decision that we make.
And yes, and I think the key to that is that it guides every aspect of the operation, whether it's the trashman on the road, or whether it's the person answering the phone call.
Yes, exactly.
Whether it's the secretary or whether it's the owner, whether it's the
mechanic or
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who it is, but it's through and through. That is, I will say, just having been out in the world working with companies, corporations, organizations, that is a road that is less traveled.
Yes. Yeah.
Because oftentimes, I'm just being very frank, oftentimes you get one thing here at a nice meet and greet.
Yeah.
Right? But you dig down within a company and an organization, and you meet this person in a side place outside of this meet and greet, and you hear a whole other side of what the company is. And don't get me wrong, like there are some people that are just out to cause drama and things like that. But then there are others that it speaks to the organization. So the road less traveled is deciding as a leader of an organization, this is who we are. These are our ethics. This is our core.
Yeah.
and we're going to live it through and through,
Yes.
regardless of what others may think.
Mm-hmm.
Because other business people may say, that was a dumb business move, or that was a terrible business move. Or when you stand up and say, you know what, we really messed this up.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. We didn't give you the service that you needed. We didn't provide what you needed for us. You're right.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
It is.
It's hard to do, knowing that in the short term, you just lost a client.
Yeah.
Right?
It is. And again, I don't know why you keep saying things that are resonating so much, but I literally just had that this week. I had I got a notification from our marketing director that someone left us a negative review on Google, and so it doesn't happen very often, and so I looked at it and I was like, and the review it didn't describe who we are. You know, it
Right.
was against everything that we are. And so I called the customer and I said, hey, I'm sorry. I said, I just wanted to call and reach out to you and see, you know, kind of what happened. If you can, you know, fill me in on what happened. And so they did. And we made a mistake. And so, you know, I apologized for the mistake, and he was extremely, extremely respectful. And we had a very good conversation, and I apologized for the mistake, and I made it right. And so anyway, it was one of those things that it was, you know, I'm in a way, I hated, I hated the whole thing. Like, I wish we wouldn't have made a mistake, you know, and
Right.
we had a staff meeting and we figured, we got to the bottom of it, and we've fixed it where that won't happen again. But in a way, I'm kind of glad that they left a review so that I could find the issue and fix the
So
issue.
you were left, and sorry to interrupt.
You're fine.
Do you have more to say?
No.
Okay.
That's this. Essentially, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were thrown an option right there, right? I can take the path of least resistance and be like, oh, this is some, you know, whatever person that's just, you know, made this review, whatever.
Mhm.
And the road more traveled would be to just let it go.
Mhm.
Let the review
Put
go.
a nasty response in.
Or put a nasty response in, or not take ownership of it.
Sure.
Or another response would have been to let one of your team members handle it and just be like, you can take care of it, just find out what's going on. And, you know, or to blame, you know, this person, that person, whatever, rather than taking full responsibility.
Mhm.
That's hard.
It is. It is. It was
That's
difficult.
hard. And I say it's hard because in some ways it's not hard if you are choosing to be ethics driven.
Mm-hmm.
But it is hard because human nature wants to defend themselves.
Sure.
Human nature wants to, we all want to. There is nothing more humiliating when I've sent something out to our team, or I've, you know, conjured up this whole new idea or thought process and put it out, and then realize like, oh, that is totally totally wrong.
Yeah.
Is not going to work. It's not, like, that was a bad idea. And it's really hard on the ego
Yeah.
to say, hey guys, like, I didn't think that one through. Like, that was not a process that I
Yeah.
thought through, or I totally missed that one.
Mhm.
Like, I just didn't, like, I missed that, or I misspoke, or that's really hard to do. But once again, taking that road less traveled, it builds for the long haul.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It builds for the long
Yes.
haul. And I think you going back to your personal life, if you're trying to build for the long haul of a healthier life, healthier lifestyle, like getting up in the morning, better financial health,
Mm-hmm.
that delaying gratification,
Yep.
that better a company that can be named one of the best places to work,
Mm-hmm.
making those hard choices, whether it's getting rid of somebody, because
Mhm.
that's another hard one.
Yep.
And sometimes that's
Sometimes that's what's best for the team.
but some
Yeah.
no wonder
Many times.
no 100%,
Yeah.
because sometimes we bump up against morals and ethics because we're like, well, they might have longevity with our team, or they might have this with our team, or they might have that with our team. But if a person's destroying a team,
Yeah, exactly.
like the path of least resistance is to keep the person.
Yeah. Yes,
And
exactly.
to just like push the problem down the road.
Yeah.
But then in the meantime, the whole thing falls apart,
Mhm.
right? The path of least resistance is to, blame other departments.
Mhm.
You could have said, well, that was my, I don't even know what the problem or situation was, but you probably could have said like, well, that was my assistant's problem, or that was my office personnel problem, or that was my mechanic's problem, or that was my driver's problem.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
not take ownership
Yeah, exactly.
for what the problem is, right?
Mhm.
But what that does is that sends a message that we always shift blame.
Mhm.
And that's the road of least resistance.
Yeah.
That's the road that everybody likes.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
blaming somebody else for my problems.
Exactly.
And when the fact of the matter is, no, I'm the owner of the company.
Mhm. Yep.
I'm the people, I'm who people report to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I am the keeper of the ethics in
Yes.
some ways and
Yeah.
morals of the organization.
Yeah.
And I'm the
exactly.
keeper of the morale
Mhm.
of the team.
Mhm.
I'm the keeper of the image, and that's a huge responsibility.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was. But I think that gets to when we talk about the ethics and morals within a company, it is so important. And like I was saying, like with the getting rid of, and we've all worked for organizations, we've been part of organizations, we've known people that when you don't get rid of somebody that you need to get rid of,
Yeah. Yeah.
like it can destroy your company.
Affects everyone.
It affects everyone.
Yeah.
When you choose not to make the ethical choice,
Mhm.
when you choose not to take the high road, the moral choice,
Mhm.
and you choose to take the choice that causes the least ripples,
Yeah.
it erodes at the foundation of the
Yeah.
company,
Yep.
of the organization. Same thing, back to our physical health. When I choose to sleep in, right,
Yeah.
and not to
Yeah. Not to get up and work
get
out.
up and work out,
Yeah.
it erodes at the long-term goals.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And I think you can reach a point within an organization and company and within a person that if you do that long enough, there is no path of return. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
not that we can't recover from things and can't, but
Yeah.
but you have to create something brand new,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So like if I chose to not do anything about what has been wrong with my arms and my hands in terms of the therapy and the situations going on, if I chose not to do that,
Mhm.
fast forward 10 or 15 years, we're talking about I would have to create a whole new way of being.
Yes. Yeah.
I would have destroyed the life that I had or could have had
Mhm.
in order to create something brand new. And I always think about this Dr. John Deloney. I really enjoy him.
Yeah,
But he
he's
talks
good.
about that in relationships, that oftentimes like when trust has been broken, when this has been broken, that's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. So now you have to recreate something
Yes.
new. So it's not that I want to tell people like if you fall off the bandwagon with your ethics, your morals, your choosing the pathway that there's no recovery.
Mhm.
No, there is, but you just have to understand you're recreating something
Yeah.
new.
And you have an opportunity to recreate something even better.
Oh, 100%. And the same thing is with a company or an organization. Now, you can totally destroy your company or organization and completely go off the face of the map,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or you have to do a major reset and say, okay, from this day forward, this is who we are.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to lose a lot of business because we're no longer acting in this way. We're no longer conducting ourselves in this way. And people are going to be shocked.
Yeah.
Right. And so you create something new and it can be better,
Mhm.
right, in the long run. So it's not like it's hopeless,
Yeah.
right?
And I guess the funny thing is when you said people are going to be shocked, my question is, are they shocked at your admitting it? Or are they shocked because generally speaking, if you have that reputation of you're a shady business person, we'll just leave it in the realm of business.
Yeah.
You're a shady business and you do things the wrong way and you have that reputation. When you come out and say, hey, this is who we've been for the last however many years, no one's going to be shocked at that because they already know it.
Yes.
So-
So I guess what I'm
But are
saying,
they shocked? Are they shocked?
they're
that you're-
shocked at the fact that something is like, this sounds off.
Yeah.
Is this just another ploy?
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so like here they go again.
Yeah.
Or because of your shadiness, maybe you have connected with other companies, organizations, whatever, that act in the same manner, in the same way. And so then those ties begin to sever, right? Because you no
Yeah.
longer, it's like, no, our game's above board
Yeah.
now. We're not going to,
Yeah. Exactly.
it's not going to be me pat your back and I'll pat, if I pat
Yeah.
your back, you pat my back.
Yeah.
I'm not playing those games anymore and not doing that. So you're going to shock some people around you and you may lose some people. But if you lose people because of that rationale and reason,
Yeah.
you didn't need them to begin
Yeah.
with.
Exactly. Exactly. That's good.
Yeah, sorry, I just went like
Oh no,
little
that's
tangent.
good. That's good. So when you're talking about making it right, stopping wherever you are and making it right, I guess my what came to my mind on that is that it doesn't really matter where you are in the spectrum of that
Yeah.
in business. If you just stop now and make it right.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if you just started down the path that of least resistance, or if you've been doing it for decades, or somewhere in the middle. Just stop and just make it right,
Yeah.
and create something new. Like
Yep. Because it can be done.
It can be.
It really
Yes,
can be done.
it
Like
can.
people can change, people can turn their lives around, people can turn their businesses around. Things can, like, it can be done. Like you don't.
And there
have to
should
keep-
always be, not only in business and personal and relationships, and there should always be this constant checking in, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, where am I?
I mean, yeah.
What's my? And we talk about this with culture when we've given presentations on culture and businesses and things. Where is the culture today? What is the temperature like today in the building? And it can change, and sometimes you have to kind of pull the reins back and say, okay, this is we got off track a little bit. This is where we need to be.
Yeah. I think my big thing is that, like, choose to take the path less traveled.
Mm-hmm.
If my challenge to you, whether it's your personal life, your spiritual life, your financial life, your physical health, if you're a business owner or business leader, like, choose to take the path less traveled.
Mm-hmm.
Choose to take that pathway that is uncomfortable. Like, choose to take that. By choosing that, you're choosing an alternative. You're choosing something better for the future.
Yeah.
And for now, right?
Yeah.
There are gains and wins and small wins for the short term. But if you choose that pathway, you are choosing to make a difference for years and decades to come.
Yeah.
Regardless of what we're talking about, whether it's your financial health, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, your business.
Yeah.
Like, it's choosing that. And I mean, I would just encourage people, like, for myself, I have to remind myself, like, sometimes, like, this is what we're going to do.
Let me ask you, because I've done physical therapy and occupational therapy before, and it's not fun. And it was.
I remember some of those times.
It was more fun whenever I was inpatient. Is that right? When I was when
you were actually in there
in the building all the time, it was more fun because you get out of your room and you see different things. But it was a lot less fun when it was outpatient.
Yeah.
Because I had to interrupt my day.
Yep.
And I had to drive to this facility.
Yep.
And I had to go in and sign in and take an hour out of my day, or more than that, actually, with the driving time and everything. But so take this time out of my day and go do this physical therapy and occupational therapy. And I'll be honest, I did not like it. I didn't. But I'm thankful for it now.
Oh yeah.
100%. So I just want to ask you, in your occupational therapy right now, with what you're going through with your arms and hands, so how much time does that take out of your day when you're doing that? And I'm assuming it's very inconvenient.
It is 100% inconvenient. It is. It's a 30-minute drive, so you have an hour in drive time there, and it's an hour therapy session in there, and they put it at an hour because there was a lot wrong, and it all crescendoed all at one time, and so there was a lot wrong. It is very inconvenient.
Yeah.
Even driving to your house tonight, I was doing some of the therapy things, like strengthening. I probably shouldn't have had one hand on the wheel and then one hand with like this squeezing ball thing and like working on that. And so I was like trying to make the use of my time in the car, right? But it is not convenient to do all of
Yeah.
those things. It's
Yeah.
not, it is, but I keep telling myself and I keep thinking, Jared, if you want mobility,
Yes, exactly.
like it's going to be inconvenient.
Yeah.
Man, when they stick those, it- I think I've told you about the needling that they've
Mm-hmm.
done in my arm,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Which we have needles. We can just do it here if you want.
no. The first time when they stuck those needles in there and then they hooked it up to the electricity or whatever, and then they cranked it up and they're like, is that okay? And then they start cranking it up further and further, and they want to take it up to the highest
Yeah.
level possible. And I really wanted to say, no, stop, just be done,
Yeah.
right? But I didn't. And it's very frustrating. Like, and I had the choice. So I had to sign off. They said, we don't have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But what we are going to tell you is by doing this, we have had the best outcomes by doing this.
Yeah.
They said, but a lot of people don't want to do this because it's uncomfortable. It feels weird. You can get close to the nerves. You can hit the nerves. And when they hit the nerve, it hurts.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it.
You're just speaking it all right there. It's uncomfortable. And that's what a lot of this is. A lot of what we're talking about. It's uncomfortable. It
Yep.
hits nerves. It's not fun. But I guess, so again, going back to inpatient therapy for me, you're surrounded by people, and even outpatient as well. When you get into the building, you're surrounded by people that are there kind of for the same
Yeah.
goals
Same
and things.
goal and purpose.
But it's always more encouraging. Well, we'll just say when we're working out. So Jared, you drive out here
Yep.
and right up above us, we have a little workout gym up there. And it's so much easier
Mhm.
when someone else is there helping you, cheering you on, or you know, working out with you. And physical therapy, it's so much easier to have someone there by your side and saying, you know, keep going, do 10 more reps or do 15 more reps, or
Mhm.
you know, do it for another 10 minutes, however long it is. It's so much easier to have someone there with you. And so, just like I said earlier when I was talking to my friend the other day, having that accountability,
Yeah.
having that cheerleader in your corner, if you will,
Mhm.
you know, having that friend that's saying, hey, you're doing the right thing, keep doing it,
It's hard, but keep doing it.
keep doing it.
And yeah, and I think that's so important to have those people in your life, in your world, that are your cheerleaders, because the fact of the matter is, when I go into therapy, I love, like, the therapists that I've had are the absolute phenomenal people. Like,
Mhm.
I nominate them for like a huge pay raise because they are absolutely phenomenal. They're kind, they're caring, they're funny, like
Mhm.
just all these things like I enjoy about them. And so like you get there and you feel very motivated, but then you leave, right? And then you're on your own
Yeah.
and you got to
Back
do
to the real world.
you're back to the real world, and there's nobody, there's no
Yeah.
cheerleader.
Yeah.
You know, they're not praising you for like the progress that they've made.
Yeah.
You know, the arms back to hurting, the hands back to hurting, the finger doesn't move anymore, and like all like reality hits.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it can be tough. Like it can be tough.
Yeah.
And that's where like those having those people in your life
Yeah.
is important. And if you're a business owner, and I guess like to some degree, that's what we want to be
Yeah.
to business
Yeah,
leaders,
exactly.
to like to tell them to like sit here and say like, we hear you, we get it that it's hard, making hard choices is a tough thing, but we're here to tell you like you're going to be better for it,
Yeah.
you can do it,
Yeah.
like we support you.
Exactly.
Whatever our support
Exactly.
means, you
Yeah.
know.
Exactly.
But knowing that other people are out there doing the same
Mhm.
hard work, the same
Yeah.
things is
Well, I can't tell you how many business owners I've talked to just in our area, and have had these conversations, and just a simple phone call or meeting for lunch or breakfast or whatever, you can just tell, and I've heard it said many times before, you know, and I've said it myself as well, that it's so encouraging just to go
Yep.
talk to people and just to kind of be heard and hear theirs. And so finding those people, you know, and finding people that have, you know, the same ethics and
Yes, and
morals.
yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I said I was thinking here the key is having yourself surrounded with people that are not going to be encouraging you to say, oh, just keep the person. It's better to just keep the
Yes.
peace.
Yeah.
If you surround yourself with people who choose the pathway of least resistance, who choose the pathway that is traveled by all,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you're not challenging yourself. You've just joined the rest
Yeah.
of the fray.
Yeah.
And instead,
The blind leading the blind.
yeah. Instead, surround yourself with people who are going to say, yeah, some of these choices are hard.
Yeah.
No, if that person's killing your team,
Let him
morale
go.
of your team, let them go.
Yeah.
Like, you need those people around you. And guess what? I'm going to be there as a friend,
Mm-hmm.
as a business, a fellow business friend, to take that phone call because you're now working extra 20 hours, or you've had to shift some additional work to other team members.
And we've been there, and that's the thing, is finding people that have been in that seat and have done those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you hit a key thing, is surrounding yourself with people that are going to do the exact same thing of, taking the road less traveled.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because if you surround yourself, like that's the kicker.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be picky about the people you surround yourself with. Yeah. So you hear that every day. It's okay to be picky. I don't know what this says about us, but
yeah, one of us hasn't been picky.
I'm going to say it's me.
So we'll come to the last one up here, the friendship. And all this applies, and I know you've said it, we've touched on it a little bit, but all of this applies in friendship as well. Taking the path of least resistance.
Yep.
It's very, very common nowadays, especially with social media, with everything. We've talked about this before, but online friends,
Oh my goodness.
and all these things.
Yeah.
Have real friends friends that you can call when you have a hard day.
Yep.
Real friends that you can go to lunch with or breakfast with and cry.
I wish I had a few of those.
I wish you did too. That way you leave me alone.
Oh my word. Let's just keep going.
No, but having a real friend, make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for real.
We joke too much. People are going to think we're serious. So anyway.
No, and you are absolutely correct. I think building those friendships, and people oftentimes say, well, nobody wants to be my friend. Well, right there's your problem. Eeyore. I was going to say, you have the Eeyore mentality, but then the key is, like, have you reached out? I will tell you something really cool happened in the last, two cool things happened in the last few weeks with people that I would 100% consider my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Not on the friendship level that you and I have, or some of my other friends that are here in the area, but two people that I think a ton of, and that I would consider very good friends. And we don't get to see each other. They don't live in the same areas. They don't live in the same spaces. One of them texted out of the blue and she said, I'm just checking on you today, and I just wanted to see how you're doing and wanted you to know I was thinking about you today, and I hope all is well and all is going great in your life.
Yeah, that's neat.
That was like the coolest thing in the planet. Like, I was like, wow, like that was really neat. But it also jarred me to think too, like, I need to be that friend that reaches out too. And then just this week, I had another friend who's an education expert that I immensely admire. And they did the exact same thing, just reached out and said, hey, Jared, I've just been thinking about you the last week, and I hope all is well, and what's going on, what's new in your world and life.
Yeah.
And they sent about 4 or 5 text messages back, giving me updates about their family. Same thing with me. And like, that was like, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Like it's good to have people around you who actually care about your life.
Yeah, exactly. And show they care. Yeah. Anyway, I was going to say that's one thing that I think men are not as good at is expressing care and love and emotion. And at least that's what my wife tells me. She's always telling me, No, that's an exaggeration. She's not always saying that, but she said before.
Quite frequently.
She said before, I know you love me, but I want to hear it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, and that is true. And that is it is the path. It's the road less traveled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Checking in on people nowadays is not a well-traveled road.
Yeah. Yeah. It is not.
Checking on friends and colleagues and other people, that's not but it is needful and important and worth it.
It is, yes.
On both ends.
Yep.
You get something from it. There's a joy in giving, and then there's also a joy in receiving.
And there's a relationship being built.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And kept or kept.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Good podcast.
Yeah, it was
I'd
great.
give it 5 stars. Would you?
Oh, I'd give it 10.
10. I guess we need to know what the scale is.
No, I just made it up. It's 10 star.
Well, thank you all for tuning in and watching or listening. And hope you join us in the next
asleep.
one. We hope you'll join us in the next one. And if you are around town, we'd love to see you this Thursday.
Yeah. And thank you, Elijah. This is your second round.
Yeah. He's up behind us.
Behind the scenes.
Or in front of us. Behind the scenes. Over there taking care of the camera. So great job. I think he's over there playing solitaire again. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one.
Yep.
Take care.